Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, just depending on when your curiosity led you to this donor recognition video. I am Dr. Ashley Whaley, Senior Director of College Advancement and Executive Director of the Foundation at Hagerstown Community College. While we can't be together in person this year, we still want to recognize our amazing donors and the difference you make in the lives of our students. We've put together a series of student and donor stories for you to enjoy. It is because of you and your generosity that our students' educational dreams are coming true. The difference a donor makes in an individual student's life cannot always be measured by grades or degrees. Touching the life of one student can transform not just individual lives, but the whole community. Rob's story is a great example of how helping one student find themselves leads to a career of helping others.
So I'm Robert Zellner. I'm 34 years of age. I'm the Director of Client Services at Awakenings Recovery Center. What that means to me, at least, is I'm able to interact with individuals who have substance use and mental health complexities, and I'm able to help them along their path, whatever that looks like for them. Throughout my teens, I engaged with different substances, mainly marijuana at that point, but then just progressed to a point where I just became extremely dependent on opiates, and then from there, my whole life really went in a downward spiral. I sought multiple treatment facilities. When I went my last time, something just finally clicked. I've always wanted to get back to my community once I got into recovery, but I really didn't know how. You know, I had this aspiration of being a substance abuse counselor, and I had all these goals and ambitions, but I really didn't have any tangible way to start that process. So I figured I needed to go to college. I think it's extremely important that colleges offer these types of scholarships because you really never know who needs the help. And with not knowing who needs the help, you don't know who's going to prosper just from getting an opportunity. HCC's helped me regain my footing and build my foundation professionally, so I'm able to just be a better husband, a better family member, a better son, and I'm able to give back to my community in a different manner than what I even started out with. Giving back to my community from the scholarship I've been awarded gave me a better understanding of gratitude towards just agency in my community. And at that point, I'm able to help people and in turn try to motivate them to help themselves, help their family, and help their community in the same way.
The value of an HCC scholarship extends beyond tuition and fees. For a student like Angel, it may be the first time they've been acknowledged and recognized for their hard work and potential. When Angel received the SIOTA Scholarship, an especially prestigious award that would fund her education beyond HCC, she found new inspiration for achieving her goals.
I'm Angel Robinson, I'm 19 years old and I'm a nursing major. I knew HCC was a good choice for me because I really wanted to stay close to my hometown. I was born and raised in Hagerstown. This is where my family is, and they are my backbones. So HCC was a no-brainer just because of being close to home, the affordability, and because of their fabulous nursing program. After I hopefully graduate from the RN program here, I'd really like to transfer to Shepherd to get my bachelor's and to become a labor and delivery nurse. The odds of me going to college was never in my favor. Going to college wasn't something that everybody did in my family. It was very unknown waters. When it got down to my senior year, my GPA was awesome. I was in the National Honor Society, I played volleyball, was very involved in my school. I had everything that I thought that scholarships would want to see and that colleges would want to see. And I went to the scholarship ceremony. Everybody I felt like was getting scholarships but me. So that was heartbreaking to me because I felt like that I wasn't good enough, that there was something that I didn't do that everybody else did. I didn't have any scholarship money, so I was scrambling around tirelessly, working 40 hours a week at Burger King, trying to get any amount of overtime I could just so I could save up money in order to pay for college. I got a phone call from Ashley Whaley, and she was telling me that I was being considered for the SCIOTA scholarship. So immediately I was excited because it was a scholarship, but then when she proceeded to tell me that it was the most prestigious scholarship that HCC had to offer, I started bawling like a baby. Like, the amount of emotion that just fled through my body is just so hard to explain, because it was just such a relief knowing that all my hard work did pay off, and now I didn't have to worry about how I was going to pay for college. I was going to go to college, and I didn't have to worry about how I was going to do it. To me, that scholarship saved my life, because if it wasn't for the SCIOTA scholarship and the other scholarships I've gotten to help me pay for all my tuition so far, I don't know if I would be in college, let alone be in nursing school, because that just didn't seem possible. To my scholarship donors and just all the scholarship donors in general, you make students' dreams come true. I know that you made my dream come true, so I know that you're making other students' dreams come true. Someday I'm going to be saving lives as they saved mine.
An HCC scholarship can take students to places they have never thought they would go. Sometimes, if we are lucky, the faculty and staff of the Big HCC get to come along on the journey. Let's hear from Mike Harsh, professor of English, Speech, and Theater, about why and who he thinks about when he donates to the HCC Foundation.
I'm Mike Harsh, and I've been blessed to be a professor here really for parts of the last 5 decades. I think I will celebrate my official 38th year this year, full-time here at the college, and teaching the stuff that's lively, the stuff that doesn't have answers in the back of the textbook, the stuff that allows me to really get to know my students. We have that person-to-person contact that you don't get in a lot of big universities. So while we're the big HCC, we also are close enough to people to get to know them well, to work with them. Interpersonal communication is one of my specialties, and it happens here. And the reason I love to contribute to the foundation is because, well, I get to work with students very closely when we're working on a show, or when they're preparing a speech, or when they're struggling over a paper. And I've seen the difference that this place makes in the lives of our students, because we get students from all walks of life, from all levels of readiness or not readiness, and we meet them where they are, and we take them somewhere that they would have never gotten without us. When I give, I remember Janet. Janet was a student of mine, so probably 2 decades ago in the summer, and she was in a speech class, and the class started, there were about 10 or 15 people, and she said, look, and she explained that she was here on a witness protection program, that her ex-husband had tried to kill her and her 2 kids by burning down their house. He is incarcerated in another state. She's here under a new name with her kids. They're providing her funds to get trained and go to college. Honestly, one of the brightest students I've had ever, okay? She was taking other classes. She decided she wanted to go into social work, that happens a lot. People who experience terrible problems like abusive behavior, physical, mental, emotional behavior, they want to help, they want to pay back, and she did. She went through her courses here. She graduated with honors with a 4.0. We got her a Truman Scholarship. I think she's one of the few students from here who ever got the Truman Scholarship. It's a full ride, including housing, including food, including tuition. She got her bachelor's at Hood. She got a master's in social work. She went to Maryland and got a PhD in counseling. About once a year I hear from her. She has turned her life completely around. Both of her kids are successful and in college, and I will never know her name. And I often think I think we saved that family. I think we saved her, I think we saved the family. Not as because we had anything phenomenal, but because we did what we always do. We pay attention to our students, we help them where they are, and we take them places they'd never go.
Our donors make it possible for all sorts of students to transform their lives. Abram is a young soccer player whose athletic scholarship made it possible to pursue an education at HCC. Abram's love of soccer equals his devotion to his family, and his story illustrates how helping one person has the potential to help a whole family.
My name is Abram Gonzalez. I'm 19 years old. I play soccer at Hagerstown Community College, and I'm pursuing an exercise science degree. Well, I chose HCC mainly because of soccer, just because of Coach CJ and Coach Nate. I love the feeling that soccer gives me while I'm playing the sport. Ever since I was a young kid, that was like the first thing my family kind of showed me was soccer. My uncle introduced it to me, and then I just stuck with it. The impact that this college degree that I'm pursuing, the college experience that I'm gaining from Hagerstown, and then if I do move on to a different or bigger university after, it's just gonna help my family situation. It's gonna uplift us. I know it will. It will take us out of poverty. I'm gonna take my family with me, and I'm gonna really give the world what I've been learning, because I was always taught that whatever you learn, you gotta share with others. I just want everybody to use all their potential, because I know I'm using all mine. I'm putting in the hard work right now, and I'm gonna keep doing it because it's doing good things for my family right now too. For me, it was actually another factor of going to school was like the tuition amount. So when the scholarship was presented to me, it was like a blessing from the sky, because it just made it that much easier. You know, I'm used to working a lot from a very young age. Like, we had to work a lot, so to get the money, it meant the world to me. I remember the week I had the tuition due, I think my car broke down twice, and I took it to the shop both times, and I got it fixed up quick because I still had to go to class. My coach had sent me a text, and it was the text of me getting the scholarship. And I don't know, right before that I actually prayed. Like, I was praying to the sky, I guess, to some people, but I was praying to God because I was really low. I was at a very low point. But I just remember the moment that I got it, because it just it took a weight off my shoulders, and it made me realize that I could still go to school. The scholarship itself is just life-changing. And I really want to thank my scholarship donor, because without them, I don't know what I would be, or where would I be at.
Like many of her students, Laurie Montgomery, Director of Mathematics and Science, comes from a rural community where barriers to opportunity are part of the geography. Laurie shares why she thinks gifts to a small community college can have a big impact on the lives of others.
I'm Laurie Montgomery. I am the Director of Mathematics and Science. I have been at Hagerstown Community College for 5 years now, and previously I was at another community college here in Maryland. And I'm really glad that I picked Hagerstown Community College because it is small and it gives me that homey, family community type feeling that I grew up with and where I went to school for my undergrad. And coming from a rural place in West Virginia and going to school, I know that education is very important, and especially around here in Washington County, we have a lot of first-generation students who probably don't think college is attainable. So by giving to the foundation, I can ensure that at least one student might be able to pay for one class or one book and try to make that dream a reality.
HCC welcomes students of all ages and backgrounds, and scholarships generously benefit students who may not have followed a traditional path to the college. Having someone that believes in them can be tremendously empowering for non-traditional students like Janet, who is pursuing a radiography degree in her 40s.
Hi, my name is Janet Stamper. I'm a student in the radiography program at HCC. I returned back to school at the age of 40 because I decided that I needed to invest in myself. And I would tell any older adult who is looking to go back to school that it is never too late to invest in yourself. You will not regret your decision. I decided on radiography as a career because I received really great care as a patient. And I looked at these people who were providing care for me and I said, wow, that is just amazing. I admire them. I would like to be like that. I think I want to do that. But I didn't really know what that was. I'd never heard of the career of radiography before. So I went home and did a little bit of research. And I was lucky enough to find that Hagerstown Community College had exactly the program that I was looking for. Highly respected, accredited program that was 2 years for me to get my education. I respect my teachers immensely because not only do they have the knowledge to teach the radiographic sciences, but they also have worked in the field as technologists themselves. So I know that they know what it takes to be a skilled radiographer. They know how to work with the patients, and that translates to them teaching us those skills that we need actually on the job. HCC being a community college means that the students who go to school here live in this community. And so by HCC supporting those students, not only are they helping that individual become a successful working adult in their own lives, but it's also contributing to the community as a whole. I want to thank the donors for giving me this scholarship because I left my job to pursue my education, and my husband is supporting a family of 5 now on his own. So I knew that going to school was going to cost me money, and the scholarship has helped offset some of that cost a little bit for us, so every little bit helps, and that was a great gift, a financial gift. But even more so than the financial gift, it has been a symbolic gift for me, because going back to school and being in the health sciences profession, there are a lot of days where I feel unsure of myself. Maybe I start to lose a little bit of confidence. But knowing that somebody offered me this scholarship is kind of like a feather in my cap. It tells me that somebody believes in me.
Perhaps the most important gift you can give to our students is the gift of hope. Your support is the difference between the dream of success and the reality of achieving it for a student like Emmanuel, an ambitious young man in our Essence program.
My name is Emmanuel Garza, and I am a high school student at St. Mary Gertie High School. I am a senior this year, and I'm also a sophomore at HCC. I'm getting my associate's degree in psychology, and this past year I have been blessed with a scholarship. As for me, for my career, I've gotten a lot of inspiration from my mom. She showed me how there's always going to be ups and downs in life, and all you got to do is just keep putting forward. And she showed me that with all that she's done, you know, helping with women with domestic violence, it just shows that from there you can get abused, and that abuse can turn into depression or anxiety, and then trauma as well. This job is going to be very rewarding to me, for myself, to see how I can bring joy to these patients, you know, with mental disabilities, because that's what the job's all about. I've gotten so much support from HCC for many different things. I've gotten support from the teachers, the staff, for the opportunity to get just a scholarship was just the greatest opportunity I've ever had. You know, it's been really rough for me and my mother this past year because of COVID. But on top of that, my mom had an accident this past year, which caused brain damage. And it's hard to see my mom like work through that, because like on some days she's like doing fine and she's trying to do the best that she can possibly do, but then other days you can see her, she's struggling. And it breaks my heart because I'm trying to like finish getting my associates, but all I want to do is to help my mom. Don't think I would have been able to stay in the Essence program if I didn't have the scholarship, to be honest. You know, just being frank, I would have had to go back to high school, and then maybe my senior year take a few jobs, and then, you know, slowly pay back the tuition that I already owe. This scholarship has been an amazing blessing, sent by God, honestly. I've never had such, you know, so much hope for my future. I can actually just see myself helping anyone with mental disabilities, you know, in my dreams. I feel like it's coming true.
It is my hope that this video gave you a glimpse into the lives of some of our students and their personal stories. A theme that connects each of them together is that they all share at least one reason for their motivation to complete their education, and that is their scholarships, with all thanks to you and your gifts to the college. If these students are able to use this opportunity to complete their educational goals, we are hopeful that they will someday have the chance to pay this gift forward. We are confident that their education at HCC and the realization that you and others are here for them in this time of need will help them realize not only their personal potential, but their potential as good citizens. Your gifts will truly keep on giving. Thank you so much.